Hello, this is Helena. In this video, I will demonstrate you how to create a file upload form or just add a file upload functionality to an existing form using the JetFormBuilder plugin. JetFormBuilder has a file upload field in its core free version called the media field. However, you can make it fancy and add extra features by using the premium add-on. You can find the full list on the JetFormBuilder website with all add-ons included in one yearly subscription. I will create a form like this for an educational website that allows students to upload their assignment papers and supporting materials. Of course, it can be saved just in form records and sent by email or using automation tools. But in our case, it would be much better to store them nicely on the website using the custom content entity. If you don't need it for your project, just skip to the next timecode. So, form records can be stored either as a CCT, the Jet engine-specific custom content type for data that doesn't need much front-end representation, or as a CPT, custom post type, if we need to display each form record as a post on the front end. I will choose the latter option as I want teachers to have access to the form records on the front end and to review submissions. Of course, these posts will be visible only for the teacher user role. So using Jet Engine, let's create a CPT called Assignments with all the custom fields the form has. Student's name, a drop-down for the course selection, assignment title, and assignment files. Pay attention that I use the text field type for the assignment files field, not media, not gallery. The reason is the way WordPress stores media data. It primarily works with attachments, IDs, rather than direct URLs. With the text field, WordPress processes the ID and returns clean file URL that can be easily displayed as images or file links on the front end. Meanwhile, media or gallery fields try to embed and generate previews for the files on the back end, which is useful when editing posts from scratch on the admin area, but doesn't really matter if the data comes from the front end form. And media previews usually do not work in this case, unless they are saved as attachments. Long story short, for 99% of cases, you should just save them in a text field. If you have more than one file, they will be comma separated. For the course dropdown, I will use the posts option and choose the course CPT, which I've created earlier, because I will dynamically populate these field options in my form using existing course CPT posts. Certainly, you can just choose other field types like radio, checkbox, populate it with the same options that the form will have, either manually or using Jet Engine's glossary or even a custom query. The main thing here is that it must be exactly the same data source as in the form. Okay, now I have everything ready to store my form records neatly so later I can display them dynamically on the front-end internal dashboard for teachers. Let's create a form. Let's start with the media field. But first, I will add a field for a student's name, obviously. Then I want to add a select field, so students can select their courses. For this, I will use a dynamic functionality that JetFormBuilder is famous for, and fetch the list of all the course custom posts. Remember, I've already created a post type custom field that can easily save this kind of data. Of course, you can just add them manually. Now the assignment title field. And finally, the field to upload the files. I will add the media field, and let's have a look at the field settings on the right panel. Definitely let's not forget the label and the field name. Next, you can add a description, for example, upload your main paper and supporting files here, up to 5 files in total. Now the very important section with the access settings. Who can upload files here? It depends on your setup. If your students can be unregistered users, choose any user, including guests, from the bottom of the list. If it's only for registered users, choose one of the remaining options. And for registered users, you have this choice how to save the file data. Activate this Insert Attachment toggle, and you have this drop-down with the options. The hint here explains it very well actually. It's simple, just match the field format with the meta field you're going to save this data in. Also, if you save files as attachments, they will be visible in your media library, and you can have a small preview of images if you choose a media field type to store the files. I don't need all these frills and will just choose the Any User option. And let's move on to the maximum allowed files to upload field. Just put a number here. If you leave it empty, the maximum will be just 1 file. Next, the maximum size in megabyte field, and I will set it to 50. If you leave it empty, the limit will follow the hosting PHP settings, which is typically around 2 GB or higher. Next, allowed MIME types. Here you can just start typing and it will understand what you mean. I will choose PDF, JPEG, and PNG. And here we have validation. If you click Advanced, you will see the messages that will appear if something goes wrong. You can modify or translate them. As you can see, it uses macros for displaying file count limit and size dynamically, which is cool. Finally, the Advanced section, which all field types have. Field visibility, I will leave it for all, and the CSS class name if you prefer to style the field using CSS. The toggle with the previous button is for multi-page forms, and we don't need it here. Perfect. We are done with the settings. I already have this submit button. So let's move on to the fun part, which is post-submit actions. Click the JetForm tab, New Action, and here you can choose actions from the list. First, I need the Save Form Records to save data in the JetFormBuilder specific database table for a backup. And the Insert Update Post action, the reason why I've created a custom post type earlier. Here I will choose my assignment post type and map the fields. Post status published. Next, I should map the form fields with the field names I have in my CPT. So choose post meta and then copy and paste the field names from the CPT. Save the action, save the form, and we are done. Of course, you can add captcha, adjust the security settings, and so on. Speaking about form styling, if you use Elementor or Bricks for building your pages, don't style it here. You will do it directly on your page fully visually using the JetForm widget. Let's test the form in a preview mode. It works well. Let's see whether the form records are saved properly. So here I have my new post in the assignment post type section with all the fields successfully retrieved from the form. And in the form records, they're saved as well. This is the form after I've inserted it onto the page and styled it. However, this media field might not look that pretty, having the space for file previews, and you can drag and drop files here. The reason is that it uses a basic file upload functionality without advanced JavaScript enhancements. But you can make it look stunning using the premium drag and drop file upload add-on. To install it, first purchase the premium add-on subscription. You can choose among a few pricing plans. Then go to your account and download the drag and drop add-on. On the right panel, click View Details and copy the license number. Go back to your site and install this add-on as a normal plugin. Then, in JetFormBuilder add-ons, insert the license number. And from now on, you can install the rest of add-ons right from your dashboard. Let's get back to the form and delete the media field. Instead, add the drag and drop file upload field. Let's have a look at the settings. Here we have the Enable Drag and Drop Upload UI already activated, and the Save Uploaded Files to the Server toggle is active as well. If this option is off, the file will be saved as a base64 encoded string, which can be useful in some specific cases. However, we just need the file in a normal format, saved on the server for regular use and downloads. The remaining two toggles are only for logged-in users to allow them to upload files to or from the media library. In the upload mode, I will leave the On Form Submit, and the rest of the settings in the section are the same as for the basic media field, which we have discussed earlier. The Image Dimensions and Quality section is used to process the images after upload. It's a really cool feature that can help you save server space. Finally, the Labels section lets you edit all labels in this field. The other specific panel this field has is a Styling tab. Here you can style every little detail of this field if needed, but actually it looks quite pretty out of the box. You can see it on the preview. This is my form after I've inserted it onto the page and styled it a bit. And this is how smoothly the field works with files. That's it. Please hit like and subscribe so more people will learn about the cool features of JetFormBuilder. Happy building and join us in the next video.